September 25th, 1940, Iceland. We thought the Germans had learned, but no. It seems all the Reich's resources are now focused on invading Reykjavik. Yes, it is strategic, but by now they should know they will never be able to take it. Hello and welcome back to War on the Sea, Battle of Atlantic, where we are starting somehow different, but in the same place. We are nearby Iceland and we have just started shelling yet another German convoy. Surprise, surprise. We detected the convoy quite some distance away, so I was running to it. The convoy sort of semi-split, as sometimes they do for reasons I don't understand. We have a Bernfels here, which is, I believe, a tanker. There is another one there, and two smaller ships, which I believe are just merchants. So we are going to sink this one first, and then we are going to sink the rest. Well, we are not hitting as much as I would have liked so far, but we are hitting, so it's, yeah, we'll sink her. Yeah, you can see the smaller merchant here, another Bernfels, and a yet smaller merchant Drake here. We'll have to chase them. Well, tough luck. In the meanwhile, the Bernfels is burning nicely, and you can see just here on the horizon my three ships, which are speeding up. I'm not saving the ammunition because we've got a convoy coming into Iceland just well, a couple of hours ago or something like that. So I don't really see a huge amount of reason why I should be saving the ammunition. I am instead using it up. And a very nice magazine explosion, which actually means I'm going to stop. Well, yeah, stop. It's going down anyways. Obviously, we've selected another target by the sound of it. Not sure what it is. I can see one ship here, another ship here. They're still quite distant, 10,000 yards plus. But I would have thought that we would be shooting by now. And I selected this Kulmerland, or however you pronounce it. So, yeah, at the moment the site is being blocked a bit by sinking Bernfels, but that should go down. And we are going to open the fire again. I closed the distance a bit, and hopefully we should be getting some hits, because I ask now for spotting, not because not because I would like to save the ammunition this time, but because just want to get more hits. And Kulmerland is actually, that's the reason why I've dropped the... I used to have solutions sort of in the high 70s, and now it is in low 60s. And it looks like this is the reason. I don't think it's going to save her long term, but it's likely going to slow how fast we sink her. Yeah, she's burning nicely already, so hopefully it's not going to take a huge amount of time to get her down. There is some flooding, and obviously there is some other damage as well, so we will see how it goes. But as I say, I fully expect her to go down in not too distant future. I have shifted the fire from Edinburgh to the other Bernfels, and Maori and Matabel can still attack this, and I will expect them to sink it not too distant future, because even if they don't hit that much, she's burning, she's dead in the water. It's just a... yeah. Her future is clearly at the bottom of this ocean. Okay, so we have scored some damage because she's starting to lay smoke, and they lay smoke when they had some damage. Not before. Which is going to drop our solution a bit. We might have to change the course to get closer. The Kilburn here is actually still moving. I thought that she was dead in the water, but she is in a bad shape. You can see my task force here, and I have changed the target for Edinburgh to this Drake. Partially because it should be faster to sink, and then I would... Yeah, okay, this is going down. Then I would go here and get closer to this Bernfels. This day the situation is not that great because they actually can hide behind the smoke screen a bit. But it just means we have to expend a bit more ammunition. We were replenished, so it's not too bad. I believe this is the Bernfels. Or it could have been the Drake. I think it... Yeah, this is the Bernfels. So that explosion over there was on Drake. Because this was the sinking Kilmerland. Ah, we've been hit. Mind you, this Drake doesn't look very healthy. So I believe she is likely going to go down shortly. Yeah, we've been hit into director again. Well, Drake is getting pummeled, but that's what you would expect, to be honest. Merchant sending up to a light cruiser and a couple of destroyers. Especially tribals. Tribals are quite good gun destroyers. The torpedoes are a bit of a meh, but that's because of British torpedoes are a bit of meh. With the slow speed and everything. But they have decent guns. I've decided to change the course, going straight north. That will get us closer to the Bernfels, and takes us past Drake here. So we can sink her if she doesn't sink before, which I suspect she will. She is going down. She's more or less stopped, as far as I can tell. There is no bow wave, so she's doing a couple of knots at most. And yeah, very little freeboard. One would hope that shortly she's going down. Interesting, the flag's actually behaving correctly wind-wise, because when they were running still at about 12 knots, it was going backwards. Now there is a little wind east from the east, so the flag is going this way. I haven't noticed that before. Nice bit of physics, of course, apart from the going through the model, but hey ho. Go down, little ship. And there she goes indeed. Right on cue. And I've seen this ship being hit a few times already. Which is good. But we need to catch up with her. She's about 11,000, 10,000, 11,000 yards. So the solution is 80% on Edinburgh, not very decent. Let us see what we can get here. Well, we're getting some hits, and the straddles aren't too bad either, so I would expect that we'll finish this one shortly as well. It's... yeah. Well, the Kriegsmarine never had that many ships to start with. Most of the surface fleet is gone by now. Basically, I believe the only things that they have are the battleships. I don't think there is any light cruisers left. There is a couple of destroyers, a bunch of sort of small boats, really. Obviously, about 2/3 of the U-boats still operating. And that's pretty much it. But as I said, like, Kriegsmarine was never really built up properly. The last time that was in the World War I, and even then it was sort of smaller than Royal Navy, but at least there it, in theory, could stand up to Royal Navy in a fight. As they did try and it didn't work out, so they then went back. But actually, there is also one of those World War First battleships, maybe both. I think one of them, the Deutschland class. Because I know that we have hit one of them quite heavily with planes and stuff, but I think we sunk only one of them. Oh, Bernfeld here is not looking very good either. And I think it's this is where I would really like sort of like auto resolve, because it's I'll take Azores and then we will decide whether we want to continue this campaign. It will depend on how fast I can take Azores. If the Azores falls fairly quickly, then I'll go and try to take Brest, and we will see how fast we can do that. If it's going to be like a protracted fight in Azores, that's going to take days and days and months of the game time, then I'm going to finish this series and go to Ablicon, because that's actually something where you have fewer assets, you have to husband them. The enemy is very aggressively attacking, and with sort of overwhelming assets both in the air and on the surface. So it's much more fun, I would say, than this campaign. Like, I would have thought the campaign I really would like to see is actually much smaller than the whole Atlantic, and that's Norway. That sort of went over a few weeks, but probably the agent's not suited for a campaign that is that short. So yeah, well, that would have been fun campaign, because there were subs, there were destroyers, there were battleships. You had to keep sort of Narvik open or evacuate or whatever. Yeah, I think that might have been a bit more interesting campaign. Oh well, down she goes. So let's leave. Well, we sunk everything, got our 2 command points for that. Nice. And that's again here near Iceland. Task Force 7 is heading here to supply Plymouth. We need tons of engineering, some fuel, some supplies, and everything. Valorous here is heading to sort of be a draw for the act as a something which will draw the bombers out from Azores. Task Force A will come in and bombard on sort of an overnight run, if you will. And we've got our invasion forces here, which will meet here and then jump over there. This doesn't have a huge amount of supplies, the last one, but still it's okay. -2 is running here. It will pick some supplies here. We should be getting more in 4 days, so it will wait there for the extra supplies. If the what we don't get in supplies, we will load it. And then also set stop at Halifax and head back. Task Force A, after bombarding here, will probably head towards Gibraltar, because we've got tons of supplies and everything there, so we can afford to sort of pick up something there as opposed to go back to Liverpool, which Liverpool is trying to help Plymouth. So that's the plan. Let me run the time and we will see how it goes. And we have some more ships coming to Reykjavik. This time it's a bit of a strange thing. 2 times 2 ships. They're coming from a direction which I'm a bit unused to. So my Task Force 9 did not intercept them yet. I did send my planes here to intercept, so they are going to skip bomb. I've split them because otherwise they would have just... Yeah, I wouldn't believe them with this. I don't believe them, to be honest. Anyways, but this way maybe at least one of them is gonna hit, because I'm not sure where this one is aiming or was aiming to, but it sure as hell wasn't on this ship, and I have no idea why they are bombing from so high. It was nasty. Yeah, it's... What do you think you're bombing? Anyways, let's leave. Maybe Task Force 9 will get there in time. If they spawn, the forces in Reykjavik are strong enough to withstand this, because especially since half of these ships are tankers. Yeah, nothing gained, nothing lost. Okay, RTB. So it's here. I am sending Task Force 9 here. We'll see whether they will get there or not in time. In the meanwhile, Task Force 24 was attacked by a sub, but I avoided it. Nothing interesting happened there, to be honest. Task Force A bombarded Azores, doing no damage, as you can see. Maybe some to the garrison, who knows. We've got our bait here, and the invasion forces are continuing. So let's see whether Task Force 9 can catch this. And as we started, we are going to end with the same thing, which is an engagement just off Reykjavik with one of the German transport, because that's what we've been doing for last, I don't know, 5 episodes at least, probably more. And what we've got here is, again, the same story. I will have a look at the invasion of Azores, and basically we'll decide there if my 11,000 plus invasion force is sitting just off Azores. If they get there and it turns out that they shouldn't have been there in the first place, because it's not going to be even close to half, then I'm basically going to end the campaign, because then it's not a campaign of naval combat anymore. It's a campaign of shoveling sort of troops from one place to another, while avoiding like impossible, inexhaustible supply of AI ships and everything. So basically, if there was a chance that you could sort of starve AI of resources, yeah, then it would make sense. But given that the AI replenishes all the planes, doesn't run out of fuel, doesn't run out of anything, just beating my head against the wall is not actually the fun that I would want to have, and I doubt that you would want to see it either. This was a nice magazine explosion, and we would like to see most of those, but ideally we would like to see those on some, not this small Drake type merchant, but on the proper warships, enemies preferably. So if the Azores is a no-go, then I'm going to wrap this, and we will start an Abdecon campaign afterwards. Okay, it's going down. So we are going to shoot at something else, whatever that something else is. And looking at my ships, this is that something else. They have it for the Drake case. The one was sunk, and the second one is going to get its fair share of my ammunition. I don't mind an ambulance campaigns. Ambulance campaigns are fine. But this is a campaign which is way too ambulance in the sense of it's supposed to be a naval game, and it's not. this campaign, and I sort of like it makes sense. That's how the war was in Atlantic. It wasn't really a naval theater, but that's why I think instead of looking at the whole of campaign in Atlantic, it would have been much more sort of fun. Although I'm not sure how much fun, how possible it would be with the current engine to say do a Norwegian campaign only. Med would be probably better campaign as well. You still have to deal with lots of air forces, and air is a problem. This is going down as well, it's a quick one. And air is a problem here because, as I say, the AI has unlimited air virtually, which makes it extremely hard to starve things. Like, yes, I can shoot down but like, okay, it doesn't have an unlimited air. If I shoot down the plane, it's going to take some time for it to recover. And that's fine. That's how it should be. And I can understand it on sort of European mainland, for example. But in Azores, if I shoot a plane, there are, yeah. Let's see, this is the problem. The logistics of this has been sort of bolted on, and it sort of works and doesn't. It's better than nothing, but then it also generates, because the AI cannot deal with this, it generates these really weird results. And I'm not blaming either the game creator or the never mind the mod creators. Like I'm really grateful to the mod creators, but it's, yeah. Sometimes it creates these weird results which take lots of fun out of the game. So what it would need is basically a rethinking of the whole game and rewriting the whole game. But hey ho, I very much doubt that anyone's going to do anything like that anytime soon. We are shooting at both ships now here, which is good because at least we'll sink both of them faster. Yeah, that's the thing with the convoys. I haven't seen a proper warship for, well, there was this light cruiser, I guess. So we saw one proper warship in the last 10 episodes, maybe more, last 20 episodes. And yeah, I'm very minded to wrap the campaign here now. And yeah, I think this guy here. So this one doesn't look like it's going down. Anyways, I'm not going to say about enjoying watching this. I don't know whether you do or don't. Shooting fish in a barrel and everything. But I do thank you for watching. Yeah, do please comment on my thoughts about the campaign and about that and all of these things if you want to. Or if you want me to have a look at other games, please do suggest. I'm always open to trying something new and something different. Some things do work out, some things don't work out. Well, we can go and have a look. I did play UAD a bit, but with the newest patch there were some really weird things, and I just basically I couldn't hit anything even on the point blank range, and the AI was hitting me at the furthest range of their guns. So, and because that was the last patch, then I decided to give it a bit of a miss. And I'm not too keen on taking the mods because they were unstable last time I looked. Anyways, so if you do have any suggestions, do let me know, and otherwise I'll see you next time with whatever I'll see you with. Thank you and goodbye.